Good morning, students. We are here again with our topic for today, that is descriptive essay that we are going to take up today. I have in my hand a duster, you can see here. And see here, it is both in black color when you look at here. When you look at the back part of this is made of plastic, okay? And when you look at here, this is very light. When you look at here, this is a spongy area and this is used for uh, erasing, okay? So this I will erase like this, and so this is the soft area of the duster and this is the hard area of the duster, and then here I cannot rub like this because it is the hard surface. I can only rub from the soft area, and this is how I would be erasing what I want to erase from the board and then write it again. So this is the use of this duster. So when you look at here, it is rectangular in the shape, okay? And when you look at rectangular, so okay, let's see, this is rectangular. So when you look at uh, this is length, this is breadth, okay? And then when you look at here, it is black in color. When you look at the back side of this, I can put my pen inside it, okay? To hold my pen, I can use this to hold my pen, okay? So this type of duster that I'm using as a duster. If I don't want to carry my pen, I can put behind this duster and I can carry it, and then when I need to use it, I would take it out and then I would use it. I would use the duster for cleaning the board. I would use the duster for holding the pen. So this is the description of this particular object that I'm holding in my hand. So when you look at here, this is what I have described here. So we say descriptive essay is something you see and you write. Okay, whatever comes before your eyes, you are able to see and describe better. Now, if I just tell you, okay, take for example, uh, men's shoes. Okay, you don't have it in front of you, and you have to just give the description of the shoes of the man. So you will say, okay, there are shoes of many kind, which are blue, which are brown and black, and even now for ladies' shoes, we have different colors of shoes matching their attire or their garments that they wear. And the shoes are very helpful. They protect our feet, and we can go anywhere wearing the shoes. We can come back, and this is the use of the description of the shoes. So when we look at here, we have to describe the person, we have to describe the object, and we have to see what are the features of this object, and this is known as the descriptive essay. So I'm sure when you come to page this is page 140 that I was trying to deal with you. Let's go on page 143, and we have a story here, and all the picture writings are descriptive essay. Please remember, all the picture writing, you have a picture on your on this page, okay? This is the picture. So when we look at the picture here, you have to give the description of this picture. So how are we going to describe here? This is a family of Mr. and Mrs. John. They are having a picnic outside their home. They're sitting under a sun's umbrella, and their two children, Rahul and Mary, are playing with their ball, and they're enjoying our day. And they are sitting beside the lake or beside the river, and they are in out nature. And Mr. John has a holiday for 2 days, so they decided to bring the family out and to have an outing with the children because he's busy most of the time. So this is how you have to describe. I've just given you the starting of this picture. So as you see, you make up your story. Now they have lot of things to eat, and they have cooked plenty food so that they can have they have some fruits, they have some closed containers in which they have cooked food or lunch maybe, and they are going to eat that lunch with the children. after they finish playing. And they also have a water can where they need water to drink, and the children want to play in the want to take bath in the river and want to swim, so they would do that after the lunch is over, and then they would be playing some more, and by evening they would be coming home. So this is the description of this picture writing that you can write. So this is your assignment on page 143. So when we look at here, page 143, let's go on with the uh, same page. We go on down there. uh, A, question number 2A. Write a letter to the municipal commissioner of your city pointing out the need for setting up a public library in your area to cater to the needs of the residents. So now they need a public library. Let's look at here. This is an official letter. So we have to, I'm just going to give them how you have to write. So let's look at here. You have to have your date first. So let's put the date first here, December, okay, 8, 2020. Then you have to the municipal okay, municipal commissioner, you say Hapur, and you say subject line here. Okay, now what is that? Municipal to need for a setting up a public library. Library on Bulandshahr Road. Hapur. And then you say respected sir or madam. And then comes your message. Okay, text. So you can see here, respected madam, and after that you have the text. Now this is the format of the official letter, or we call it formal letter, we call them. So here we have to the municipal commissioner, Hapur, subject public library on Bulandshahr Road, Hapur. Okay, we can even say request for a public library on Bulandshahr Road, Hapur. So this has to be, we are putting in your request, so we have to say request for a public library on Bulandshahr Road. So this is how you have to say. And then you have to say respected sir or madam. Now, why do you think we are putting sir or madam, oblique sir or and madam? Now this is because you are not aware whether the municipal commissioner is a lady or a man. Okay, is a lady or a gentleman. So if you are not aware who the person is, but you are giving your application to municipal commissioner, you have to say respected sir or madam. Okay, you can put both, no matter, because if the letter goes, if it is the gentleman, he will know that it is for him. If it is a lady, then she will know it is for her. That is why we put, when we have a doubt about the person's thing, whether the person is a man or a gentleman in the official uh, office, then we put respected sir or madam. Suppose if we know that that's a lady, so we will say, we will not put sir, we will just say madam. And if we know there's only there's no lady, so we will do respected sir. And if we do not know that it's a lady or a gent, then we put sir or madam. So I hope I have made myself very clear to you. Now let's see the last part of the letter. And let's see here. I say, thank you. This is last paragraph word. Thank you. And I am waiting for a response from you. Yours faithfully. Okay. You write John and you say John Smith, student of class 10th A. Okay. So here, when you look at here, you can see, yeah. Thank you. And I am waiting for a response from you. Okay. Yours faithfully, John. That's your signature. Here is John Smith, your designation student of class 10th A. That is your designation. So this is how, when you use this format for your formal letter or business letter, it has to be short. It does not have to be long letter. You have to make it very short, because in personal letters you can write long. But even in exam, when you choose to do your personal letter, please stick only to the point or the subject or the purpose for which you are writing your personal letter. Don't make it very big and waste your time by writing 1 page and 2 page to your friend, to your mother, to your father, to your uncle or any other person. You only stick to what the question says. Let's see now on page 144. It says, write a letter to your younger brother, advising him to take part in the sports, impressing upon him the need for doing so. Now here, the subject is that you don't have to put subject in the personal letter. Now you have to advise him. So when you're saying, dear Rahul, I'm here, I have just received information from your school that they are interested in your sports skill and they want you to take part in the sports of the school, and therefore it will be good if you take extra effort to do your practicing of the sports, because it is going to keep you good in good health and you will not be getting sick so easily. Your immunity system is also going to increase. So I would advise you, Rahul, please continue to take part in the sports activity of the school and be a person who can cheer the other person, make other people happy. That should be your purpose in the school along with your studies. Please do not neglect your studies when you take part in the sports. So this is how you, and God bless you as you continue your studies there, as you take part in the sports activity of the school. And we are all praying for you. Mummy is fine and daddy is also fine, and I'm also fine. And take care, and we love you all. And then you say your brother John. Okay, this is our, it doesn't have to be very big, only stick to the point or the purpose the personal letter is demanding. Don't simply start writing the A to Z background of the history of the child. Instead, just stick what the question says. Let's go on to the question number 3. So when we come here, you are the president of the children's wing of your housing society. You and your team are planning to organize an education camp. Okay, this is a notice. So when we look at here, the notice, okay, I told you notice has to be in the, okay. Okay, this has to be a border. So here you write, okay. Okay, here is your, everything has to be in center. So now you can see I've given out all the details. And right on top, I've written out the notice. You can see here, education camp for the underprivileged. Okay, you can say underprivileged. It says children. Okay, let's not forget the children here. Okay, underprivileged children. So when we look at here, education camp for the underprivileged children. And then who's doing it? SDA Senior Secondary School, Hapur. Okay, on what time, what date they are doing? On December 16, 2020. What is the place they will be who are having this camp? At school playground. What is the time? 9 to 1 p.m. Okay, this has to be in center. The first part, all this has to be center. Okay, then comes your text here. Okay, text. And then comes your initial, say Rahul class 10th. Okay, your B. This is how you're going to say. Okay, so you can say, you can add head boy of the school, and this is how you, in the text you have to say, we are organizing, the school is organizing a education camp for the underprivileged children on December 16, 2020 in the school playground from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. All those who are interested in attending or in taking part in the education camp on this date, please give in your name by December 10th uh, to take part in this education camp. So when you say, and also you can contact, okay, you can give the contact number of Rahul, whatever is contact Rahul for more information on this education camp. Thank you, Rahul, class 10th, A or B. Okay, this is your matter. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand the notice. Now when you're writing in your board exam, please make sure that you are doing it only on one page. Do not include notice and email on one page. Your notice has to be on one page, email has to be on another page, and then your formal or informal letter has to be on one page. All the three have to be on three different pages. They give you enough pages in the booklet. There are about 15 or 16 pages in each booklet, and you can take another one. So you don't have to be stingy when you're writing out. Take one page and you just write at the bottom, write PTO, that means please turn over. The examiner knows that your paper is continuing. So when you're finishing your essay, you're finishing on third page, okay, PTO, go on the next page, because you have to write your formal letter. So then you're writing a formal letter, then write on the new page. When you're writing your notice, write on the new page. When you're sending your email, write on the new page. And when you're coming to the comprehension passage, okay, that is going to be your section B. So write on the fresh page, section B, comprehension passage, and then you start writing your numbering and then writing your answers. So when you are doing that, you will be in order. Everything has to be in order, and everything has to be very neat and clean. Your work has to be neat and clean if you want the examiner to give you more marks. And if you're scribbling, making your work dirty, the examiner is, even if he wants to give you 2 marks out of 3, he will give you only 1 marks out of 3. So please remember that, and take care. You'll have to do this. Your assignment is page 143. You have picture writing on page 143. Question number 2, you have both, you have to do only one, A. Municipal commissioner of your city, that is A, you have to do. Then you have question number 3, you have uh, underprivileged camp, and then you come to B. Okay. Now this also you are supposed to be doing. Write an email to the Director of Education of your district requesting him to provide necessary things for organizing the education camp like blackboards, notebooks, books, and okay. Now we have, let's see, I'm going to erase this one and I will go into email now. Okay, we are going into email. Okay, let's see. DIRHAPUR gmail.com. This is to from 175 at gmail.com. Subject. Okay, then your text here. And then after writing your text, you write here yours. Okay, so let's look at here. This is an email. You have to say to education dir harper at gmail.com. Okay, always you remember hotmail.com, gmail.com, yahoo.com, or and so on, rediffmail.com. So this has to be with com. Okay, .co.in, even that is a Gmail. So here you have from rahul175 at gmail.com. Both have Gmail. You can have Hotmail also. You can add Yahoo also if you have your mail in the Yahoo. And then you have a subject, education supplies. Okay, that is your subject. So when we look at here, the text has to be, dear sir or respected sir, we are organizing a camp for the children of underprivileged, and we would like to have some supplies for these children so that we can use them for this camp. And the supplies are, you say 1, 5 blackboards, 2, 100 notebooks, 3, 60 books, 4, 5 set of pens, and then 6 you can say 10 sets of pencil. Thank you sir for supplying the needs for these children. We are looking forward for your response. Yours faithfully, Rahul, class 10th A. Okay, that has to be your message. So I have made it very clear to you that you have to do your, this is how your email has to be. I've shown you the notice and I want you to do it in this way. And these are your assignments, so you do it and show me on my WhatsApp. So that is what next video that I'm going to take up is prepositions, and I think it's conjunctions or something of that I will be taking up my next video, so you can go over and learn something about it. Listen very carefully and you will not have any problem. God bless you children. Take care.